Hello, hello. Okay. Okay, seems that everything is working. Sound is on. We are on. Hello, everyone. So, today we will do some Q&A, and I have quite a few videos, quite a few questions what I got from Instagram. I will run through those, and yeah, then we'll check do we have something else to discuss in chat, but I will answer just few of them because I see that quite a lot of videos will be quite a lot of questions will be faster to answer just sending link to my previous videos. Hello Rafael, thank you for coming. George, hi. Iggy, Roman, привет Roman. Paul, hi guys. So I will share my screen from phone. I will try. Yep, seems that working. So there are plenty of questions. I will not spend time on all of them. As I said, quite a few of them easier to answer directly, but I will run through a few of them. And yeah, there are quite a few questions about server-side development, MongoDB, and so on. I hope that my friends from web and server-side development someday will join and they will be able to answer all of those questions. But there are few questions which would be nice to answer here and probably discuss if you would like to. Probably I should disable my notifications. So there were quite a few questions about language, and basically question is how I learned English. Is English important for freelancing and so on, and all of that questions. I think that English currently is just you have to have English if you like to work in freelancing, software development, and so on. And English is my third language, and how I learned it, I still learning. My English is horrible in some parts and okay in other parts. But what is necessary for my native language is Latvian, and sveiki latvieši, ja kāds ir. That's how it sounds, and I can speak Russian as well, quite well, probably tiny bit better than English. But is English necessary for freelancing, and what level of English is needed? I think that if you are living in big country like Russia, France, China, whatever, you can speak your local language, for example French or Chinese only, and do not learn English, but you are limited yourself quite a lot. You are limited resources what you can use for learning stuff, and you can limit yourself in resources. How can you find job projects and so on? That's quite significant. If you have English, all the world is open for you, and you don't need fluent English for freelancing, because most of communication happens in written form, and I don't know, start with Google Translate and move from that. And there are free tools, Grammarly for example, to check your grammar to do not sound horrible. And yeah, that is, if you can read and write English, that is enough. If you can jump on call with customer and understand clearly what is said to you and communicate your ideas, that's also is good. Do not worry too much about accents. People who worry about accents usually are not native speakers, and they are unsure about their own English, maybe, I don't know. But native speakers do not worry too much about accents. Of course, if it is possible to understand what is said. Okay. Hey James, hey AG. Yeah, questions about development. There was few questions, one in chat, and there were few questions as well about Flutter, yeah, Android development and so on. And yeah, what is the best for iOS development, Swift UI or UI Kit? Let me run briefly through that. I am developing for iOS only and only iOS. I do nothing else. I'm developing my own applications for iPhones, and I am freelancing as an iOS developer, and that's it. I do not do any cross-platform development and so on. I believe that Flutter is Flutter. Flutter or any cross-platform development tools are nice when you use it to build some MVP, some first fast prototype to validate ideas and so on. Usually, as I see, if project is big and complex, you will have native developments on that project anyway. So I do not see any end for native development. Is it on Android or on iOS? Doesn't matter. Native development is here for stay for years, and that's how it is. And Swift UI or UI Kit, if you are learning iOS development now, learn Swift UI. UI Kit, of course, it is here. It will stay here for many years because there are a lot of projects developed and still currently maintained and started using UI Kit. But Swift UI will be more and more popular, and I personally also currently started working as freelancer on Swift UI project. So that's about that. So yeah, there was questions about my age. I'm 45, if that's important. Yeah, there was also some questions about one more questions about hardware and so on. Yeah, about monitor specifically. Is this 49-inch monitor good for development and so on? Do I see pixels and so on? I do not see pixels on it. I'm sitting about that far away from it. I do not see pixels on it, but it is not, fonts are not the best. If I will use 100% sharpness on that screen, some fonts looking ugly, and I do not enjoy that. But that is price what you have to pay to have ultra wide screen. Currently there is no the same size screen, the same wide screen with better resolution, and there wasn't one when I bought it 1.5, almost 2 years ago. Probably something is coming, I don't know, I do not follow. Yeah, and his MacBook is good. M1 MacBook is good for developing something else out of range of iOS development. Frankly, I don't know. I do not develop in C#, what I was asked. I do not develop Android applications. I think that it should be fine already, but I can't say for sure. Okay, yeah, and last but not least, there was two questions about code hats. I have few of them. The history of that code hat is that I had this one code hat, but as you may see, it is already very old and very dirty. I bought it 2, maybe even more, 3 years ago, and those are not on sale anymore. And I just recreated my own version for that, and decided to put that on store, and you can buy one if you like. There are different types of those hats. Probably you will find something. Okay, those was my prepared questions for this hour, and I finished quite quickly with them, and we can just chat a bit, and we'll see. I just checked, I didn't stream for a while, and I'm thinking about bringing monthly, not weekly, but monthly streams probably. Let me know if that sounds interesting for you. put some thumbs up in the comments if you like to see that. Okay, what do we have in chat? Oh, we have Abdullah from Middle East. Hi Abdullah, probably that's quite hot in Middle East right now. We in Latvia we have, I don't know, very hot weather, 30 plus in Celsius. I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit, but it's for North Europe that is way too hot. Rinalds Koršeks from Riga. Sveiks, Rinald. We have at least one Latvian in chat as well. Daniels, oh nice, I motivated you to follow freelancer path. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Freelancing is quite interesting thing if you can manage that unknown and probably stress with constantly looking for projects and so on. That all the other aspects are great, and frankly if you will find some bigger and long-term customers, that is not so different comparing with regular work. Yeah, about oh, we have guys from Krim. Edin is from Krim. Привет, Edip. Oh, sorry, Edip. I should increase font. Крим на связи. Привет, Эдип. Да, кстати, да, я могу, вопросы задавался, я могу говорить по-русски тоже. So, I can speak Russian as well. And I'm speaking three languages, but programming in very little language set. That was asked as well, yeah, how long I'm programming, what programming languages I know, and that depends. Define what do you mean, what everyone mean by now. I learned C in university, I learned C++ on my own, I learned Java, but frankly I know Swift and Swift UI because those I'm using daily and do not use any other languages daily, so I couldn't say I really know other languages. Yeah, questions about backend, how I'm managing backend and so on. For my own personal projects, frankly, I do not use any backend for current applications. I use it Firebase for some applications which are already retired, and I'm thinking about CloudKit for upcoming projects. Because I'm not looking really to develop applications for web or for Android, so CloudKit with iOS applications will work just fine for me. And on freelance projects, usually, again, on past projects, on smaller projects, I used Firebase, but that was for a while ago. And currently I'm working on bigger projects, and usually there is dedicated backend team, and on all the last projects there was custom backend with custom API and so on, so nothing really specific. Yeah. We have a wide range of countries: Bulgaria, Arizona, US. Hi Alex from Arizona. Plamen from Bulgaria, nice. Even Greece. Yeah, nice to see that we have quite a lot of countries here in the chat already. Yeah. Question about React Native. No, didn't try. Already said about cross-platforms, I do nothing for cross-platform development. If I should, I would try to use Flutter first, because I don't know, that's from Google, and I kind of believe that will stay around for a while. Yeah, question about M1 MacBook Air or Pro. Actually, for development, check out my video long-term review for M1 MacBook. There is in the details I discussed about that purchase as well. But basically, there is not so much pros to buy M1 Pro. It costs more. If budget is not a problem, yeah, you can buy. You will have a little bit brighter screen, a little bit better battery, fun if it will become hot one day, but processor is the same. And if budget is limited, better invest that in RAM. Okay, yeah, questions about job and so on. Actually, that's kind of hard to say about job and in iOS development, because I am working for a while for few bigger customers and I am not looking around for new projects, but every time when I was looking for new projects, I found them without big problems. So I expect that there's no problem to get a job as iOS developer. Especially if you are ready to go and work somewhere in the office, there are more more jobs than developers. With remote positions, yeah, that could be the problem, especially if you are a junior, then yes. Yeah, Rinalds found me in my setup video. Yeah, that my setup video was I recorded in last summer. Yeah, somewhere in about a year ago, and that video went viral. It was about 400,000 views. To compare, usually my videos are about 1,000 up to 5,000 views, so that definitely went viral, and a lot of you probably come from that video. And yeah, it's about time to record new one setup video, planning to do that in upcoming weeks. Yeah, Raphael writing, yeah, that long-term contracts are great, and that's really is so. As Raphael writing, that building trust on the first project really helps. I had a customer from Europe, and basically we started working on that project. I found it on Upwork, and we started to work on those were six up to 8 week project. We agreed that I will work for 6, maybe 8 weeks, basically less than 2 months. And that customer just needed help with pushing application to finalize development for application and release that to the App Store. They had 2 iOS developers already in team, inside company team, and they were looking for 2 more freelancers just to finalize all the tasks and release that application. And guess what? We finished that project, released the application, and after that I was working for that customer for almost 2 years. So it is so, yeah, you build the trust, you get into the relationships, and after that, yeah, maybe that will be long-term contract with win-win relationships. Good work and good money, good work from one side, good money from another side. Mayank, I sort of that I teach someone to manage time. Good to know. Probably I should record a few more videos about that. Alex asked from where I know Russian language. I'm old enough to born in Soviet Union, and Soviet Union basically very many of us who born in Soviet Union learned the Russian language. That was kind of mandatory thing. Still can speak. My kids already can speak, but I can speak Russian. I'm too lazy to even try to write in Russian, because I don't really need that, but I can speak. And how I learned it, basically also, I learned some basics of Russian, and actually that is related to English as well, how I learned English as well. I learned some Russian in school. Of course, I had some Russian-speaking friends, spoke with them daily as well, but my Russian was on bad level, but I started to read books, and back then there was shortage with science fiction books in Latvian language, but there were some books in Russian, so I started to read books in Russian. And later with English, basically that was the same. I started to read books in English, I started to listen podcasts, watch YouTube videos, and that's how you learn. Pronunciation still is horrible because I speak quite not much, and I mostly am writing and consuming English, but I'm speaking very little, so therefore I have so funny accent. Yeah, Raphael Ludwig is from Toronto, Canada. Oh, we have whole world here. Michal from Czech Republic, Paul from Mexico. Nice guys. Seems that I guessed right with stream time. Oh, Guatemala as well. Nice. France. Nice. Yeah, question from Spencer. Will you publish up for your client? About clients, usually that depends. For small... actually, what I am doing now, I am trying to cut those freelancing hours, and I am not freelancing so much anymore, but when I was freelancing for smaller customers, there were different variants of ways how to deliver project, and for few customers I even published test flight that is kind of beta version from my account to the App Store, but usually that is not a great way to do that. Usually customers have their own accounts, and I am publishing from their account, or they are doing that on their own. For bigger customers, usually there is absolutely different workflow. They have normal code repositories, they are managing their own applications and so on. You are basically, for bigger customers, that is more like work as a developer in a regular company, but you are consultant, just hired consultant, you're getting tasks and so on and working on them. With smaller customers, that is different. You are kind of jack of all trades, you do everything. I had a project when I did some basic design, sketch on iPad, just design screens, agree what will happen and so on. Basically you discuss all this from business idea till the App Store. You are doing everything, even some basic design. So that depends on customers. Which customers are more comfortable from, let's say, from money perspective, from revenue and stress levels? Usually those are bigger customers because they know what they need, and they know how much time it will take to develop application, and they have realistic expectations about costs for that. Smaller customers, there could be very different experience with each and every one. Okay. So, question, do I deliver on Bulgaria? If you are asking about those hats, those should be available worldwide. Yeah, never-ending question, is 8 gigabytes enough for Xcode? Again, it depends. Problem is that usually you are not using Xcode only. Usually you have, I don't know, some browser opened, Slack, email, whatever, and simulator running and so on. 8 gigabytes is kind of okay. I used 8 gigabytes on Mac Mini and was working on quite big iOS project, and that works, but 16 gigabytes will be better, and especially if you are buying that Mac today and you are planning to use it for many years ahead. better save a little bit and add those 8 gigabytes. And for old Intel Mac Mini, that was possible to add that RAM later, and you can do that by your own with some risk to break it, but still possible. But on new M1 MacBooks that is not possible. What you will buy that you will use forever. Okay, what else questions do we have? Yeah, what is your coding time in 20 hours? That definitely looks that I should do some more videos day in my life, but I'm not coding so much anymore. I am trying to cut those coding hours, and even those developers who are working full-time jobs, they are, I believe, that programming up to 6 hours, because maybe you think that you are programming, but usually if you are working more than those 6 hours, 4 hours, that is also quite good result if you can really program and work productively on programming for 4 hours. But if you will say that you are working 10-hour work days or even more, part of the time you are daydreaming and procrastinate. Okay. Oh, Burhan, nice to see you here in this chat as well. So Burhan asking how I stay consistent with publishing on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. I'm not consistent with TikTok, not at all. I am publishing time to time, and usually when I make some small videos what I am posting in Reels, then those are going to TikTok as well, and I just really enjoy to make those short videos. But consistency, I have some kind of consistency on Instagram and YouTube, and basically I set those as the targets. 1 YouTube video per week, sometimes those are 2, but 1 is what I like to see, and be active on Instagram. That also is goal what I set, and I decided for myself that it is Instagram post or at least something in stories, and basically I have a video about my goal setting. I created plan that I like to achieve in the year. I wrote down actions that I like to do. So basically that is YouTube posts, Instagram posts, and I'm just following up. I'm doing that. That is even in my task management application. Can I open my things where I have my things? Let me check. Can I share this? Yeah, kind of. Let's hide calendar. Let's hide. There's so many things to hide. Discord, not important. Okay. Here it is. Basically that is I'm using things, and I have YouTube tasks to do. Post YouTube video for this week. I am going with Livestream. I can check this one. Video script not needed for this one, and that is done as well. And basically, yeah, I have for Instagram, where is my Instagram project? I have recurring tasks. Prepare daily post and post it on Instagram. I have it in my task management application as well, just to remind myself and feel guilty if I do not check that task in my list. Basically planning and sticking to the plan, that's it. Simple. Rauf, oh, from Estonia, Neidborg. We have 3 small countries in Baltic. It's Latvia, Estonia and Lithuania, and we have Rauf from Estonia. Nice. Yeah, Alexander asking about organization and so on, video. Yeah, that's definitely in the backlog, but I don't know how to make it, I don't know, interesting. Of course, I can sit for half an hour and talk to the camera and show all the applications and talk about workflows between them, but I'm not sure that's interesting. We'll see, we'll see. Alexandru from Romania, nice. Paul from Mexico. Oh, Ukraine, we have all the world around here. Okay, yeah, Maxim asking again about how I learned English. So, just consuming, basically with any language, you have to consume that language and use it as often as possible. I do not speak often enough. Basically, almost all of the speaking that I have lately, that is, I had Zoom meetings, quite a lot meetings in last weeks, last few months, but those are finished already, and basically only opportunity to speak for me is live streams, videos and so on. That is missing. But yeah, to start learning, consume English, start to watch movies with subtitles and try to consume as much as possible, and from that you will grow. But you have a chance to watch beginning of this video in record and see what I said on beginning as well. Yeah. Pedro, yeah, hello from Venezuela. Oh, Edip asking, did I learning well in school and university? No, not definitely no. And I don't know. I am kind of result oriented, not learning oriented. I frankly do not enjoy learning programming languages as well, just to learn programming language and learn some tricks or something like that. I like to get end result, application up and running, but I do not enjoy, I don't know, learning just to buy books and learn how to use programming language more effectively and so on. And in school, my goal was to finish school. So no, I was not the best guy in the school. Hi George. Georg writing that his wife liked my English accent, and he's too. That's really tricky thing. Burhan also said that I am saying very funny tech instead of tech. I will try to fix that. I will try to say tech, and I heard mostly positive feedback about accents. Some of you guys said that because of accent and maybe simpler English, it is easier to understand me for non-native speakers. I asked quite a few native speakers, is it hard to understand me, and is it accent blocker? And they said that no, but probably that will be a problem for non-native speakers. So, but non-native speakers already said that it is not a problem. So seems that accent is not a problem, but few guys said that my English is horrible and I should fix that. So I don't know what to do with that, but yeah, it is what it is. Serhi asking, okay, I jumped over a few questions. How much time do we have? Almost half an hour. If you have time, I will stay for around hour to discuss whatever you would like to discuss. And what else questions do we have here? MP Labvakar. Oh, one more Latvian guy, Labvakar, yeah. Are you going to raffle? What is raffle? Code hat. Daniel, what do you mean by raffle? Sorry, my English broke right here. Yeah, question about open source development. No, I didn't develop any open source. I didn't contribute in any open source project. I have a very outdated GitHub profile. I have few projects there, which are just test projects, and that's it. And yeah, a question about what is the hardest problem that I solved from engineering perspective. I don't know. Nothing very fancy. I don't know. I developed some custom user interface elements in iOS applications. That's about it. And I'm not working on backend. I'm working mostly on applications, and usually that is user interface. Sorry. Peter was also asking what type of work clients asking to do, code, test, design, etc. Pooh, is there a trend from a few years ago? I don't know actually about trends, but if you will check online freelance platforms, I used Freelancer and Upwork when I was looking for jobs online, and there are all the kind of projects are there. I was looking for programming for coding, and that works for me. Code, test, design, etc. I think if you are looking what to pick as a profession to decide what work you would like to do, code, test or design, you can find well-paid job in any of that niche if you will be good enough. Programming usually is harder to learn, but design on good level also is not so easy. I don't know. Choose what you like, and if you will be good, you will have no problems to find job. Yeah, question from Edip. He asking when I started, how to translate that, how much time I spent on learning Swift before I started to build my own project. Frankly, I do not remember, because I was on and off with those with that iOS development. I started to learn Objective-C. I even developed and published an application in the App Store. Then I decided that I would like to work in product management and become busy with product management career and become head of products in one local company. And then I decided that now that's boring, management is not interesting, I would like to develop again. And then I switched to Swift. And how much time I spent learning, frankly I do not remember. I started to build my portfolio quite fast. Maybe we can count in this way. Swift was released in 2014 in summer, so I spent most of 2015 learning it and building my own projects, and in 2016 I dropped my full-time job in product management and started already full-time freelancing, and I already freelanced in parallel to my full-time job in 2016, so it's about a year, but on spare time. So I have family with 2 kids. I had a full-time job, and on weekends and nights I was learning Swift and working on my own projects, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, Alexandru says that basically Alexander says that maybe I can use some ideas from Matt Devell and Thomas Frank, how I organize myself and my work. But Matt Devell not so long ago posted video about how he is organizing his work, and basically, if I remember correctly, he is using calendar, task management app and note-taking application, and basically that is core for most of the task, time organization systems, and I'm using different applications, but in the core it is about the same. But yeah, I will create video about that sooner or later. One more question about open source projects. I have 0 open source projects. I'm very bad contributor for open source. Yeah, Gio is writing that my English is fine. Thanks for that. And Alexander said that he's hearing a Russian accent, but yeah. Of course, you hear what you hear, but so that is some kind of layering, because my native language is Latvian, then I learned Russian, and after that I learned English. So as bonus I got this Russian accent. And I agree with Rinals, he's writing that accent is Latvian. Yeah, that's you can recognize when another Latvian is speaking English. All those tech, that's typical Latvian, or what my friend Andy hate, how I'm saying, remote, yeah, remote, not remote, but remote. I'm trying to fix that as well. That is typical Latvian accent. And how to say in Russian? Yeah, I can speak very hard Russian. No, I can't. But I can try to fake very hard Russian accent, yeah, with some training. Yeah, question about workload, freelancing, YouTube, Instagram, and also, yeah, there was question in Instagram questions, what exactly I am doing, what exactly is my work. Let's answer that as well. How I handle it, what is my work, and what is my typical work day. Not so long ago I posted video about my typical work week. You can go in details and check that out, and I will post that as answer on Instagram to that specific question as well. But yeah, basically what I'm doing. I'm freelancer. I am working as iOS developer for Silicon Valley company from here, from Latvia. I'm located currently in Latvia. I am working for startup which I co-founded with few more guys here in Latvia. That is payment startup. Let me see if my Android phone is still alive. Yep. That is startup for payment application. Come on. So basically, that is. Now it's like to focus on my. Yeah, basically that is not calculator. That is payment application. Basically, you enter amount, you press confirm, and this way. Try to focus. Yeah, finally. So basically that is payment application on mobile phone. I co-founded that startup. I am working on that startup as responsible for this payment application and payment part in that, but without development, just product management and project management level. That is second thing what I am doing. I'm running this YouTube channel. I don't know, is that work or hobby, but that generates some pocket money, but basically if I will compare invested time, that is definitely pricey hobby. I'm running Instagram page, quite successful, about 60,000 followers there, posting quite often, and that also, I don't know, work or hobby, but I'm doing that. I have my own applications in the App Store. Currently there are 2 of them, and yeah, I retired a few already. Those were very old, and I have to update currently available applications. And that's about it, yeah. And how I manage time, basically I I'm planning my day ahead. I'm planning my week ahead. I'm planning what what I want to do in the week. Basically, I am sitting down on the Sunday. I'm planning week ahead what I'm planning to do, and then that week plan I am putting on the day plan and planning basically time for every day. And I use it for a while. I use it paper notebook, and I can show you how that looks. Basically here it is, my tasks, what I like to do, time, when I will do that, what I will do, all the day planned from 5 AM till 10 at the evening. I was for a long time I waking up very early, but currently I switched to later nights because I am currently with you guys, and later I will have one more meeting at 2 at night with guys from US. But yeah, basically that is planning, and that's it. Otherwise you can't manage multiple things. Typical work day. I don't have typical work day, let's say so, because in some days I'm trying to batch the tasks. For example, I'm trying to batch video recording and editing. I'm trying to batch programming tasks and so on, because content switching is quite expensive. If you will switch between programming, video editing, emails and so on, you will do nothing. But if you plan hour for emails in a day, that will work better. Maxim is asking about weather in Latvia. Well, in this year we had quite a lot snow, but winter was not very cold, and it is not cold here. It happens that we have minus 30 in Celsius, but rarely, once in 3 or 4 years, and those usually are few weeks, and winters usually are not cold because we are on the coast of the sea, and that helps. Raphael is saying that my English is great. Nice to hear, Raphael. I didn't know that English is not first language for Raphael. Raphael, by the way, if anyone from you are looking how to create content from YouTube, all the video editing and so on, filming, camera settings and so on, go and check out Raphael Ludwig's channel. He's just pro in that. I learned a lot from him. Yeah, and he's asking how I find how I manage all the time and how I find time for everything. Basically, yeah, time planning, time boxing, and that is it. Early mornings helps, and currently, yeah, I switch it to later nights, but early mornings helps. And even if we are going to some vacation, if I am waking up at 4 AM and have some work before everyone else is up, after that at 8 or 9 I'm ready to go out with family and spend time for vacation, and it works. Yeah, Rinald's asking, is that payment app turns that phone in the payment terminal? Yes, you need nothing else, only phone, and you can make payments. Of course, for contactless cards, for contactless payments. Edip asking if I use any design programs like Figma. I was a SketchUp user for a while. I designed. Do I have Sketch installed? Oh, I still have Sketch installed, but SketchUp do not. They changed a little bit their business model, and I'm not really happy about that. Do I have some project? Okay, I don't have. I could show all their projects. Okay, let's do not spend time on that. Yeah, basically my freediving application, I designed everything in SketchUp. First designs was very ugly. Let me check if I will find. We have a little bit time. Yes, let's spend a little bit time on that. Documents, designs, just to show how you can go from very ugly app to less ugly app. I'm not designer at all, but I can design at least something. Okay, now that is icon. Nope. And where is my... Okay, no, I can't find that. Anyways, yeah, I used Sketch, and Figma basically is not so much different. I switched to Figma now for small design pieces what I need, because Figma is free for cases what I need, and I do not see reason to pay for SketchUp, and it works good enough, yeah. Raphael asking how much I would say my YouTube channel plus Alifate makes in a month. That's not a big secret. I can share that with you. Basically, I had video about how much YouTube paid me for 1 million views. But let's take a look in monthly perspective. Here it is. Let's share with you guys how much money so big YouTube channel makes. I'm kidding, of course. My channel is small. Not much. So here we have analytics. Last 28 days. Those are pennies if we compare with, I don't know, software development salaries or something like that. So RPM, that is how much YouTube is paying for 1,000 views. That is 2.6 euros. That is not a lot, not much. And why so small numbers or big numbers? That depends on auditory, who is watching you, and so on. And here you can see monthly estimated revenue around 200 euros per month. That's about it. Less than 200. Not money at all. And affiliates, I will say about the same. Then I have to go to Amazon, but I have some other affiliate programs as well. For example, this keyboard, there is a link in descriptions as well, and that is affiliate link that also generates some money. But altogether, I will say close to that. Not much, definitely not much. Yeah, affiliate links. Yeah, that is about the same money from affiliate links. Basically, 4 up to 500 per month from YouTube. And that depends how you look on that. In Latvia, that is minimum monthly salary. Already not bad, right? But if you compare with invested time, questionable. But anyways, I'm on YouTube. I will stay till the end of the year, and I do not plan to stop recording videos, because I enjoy that, and if that will generate some money, great. I do not see reasons to add any sponsorships or something like that currently, because it is not reasonable with so small audience and so small views on videos. Still not reasonable. Maybe someday later, when I will hit, I don't know, 50,000 subscribers on channels, and I can think about that. And that's what I'm planning to do. I will stick with YouTube around for a few more years until I will not become bored from YouTube. So I'm far away from that stage. Oh, Charles Vale. Hey, nice to meet you here. Nice to meet you here. Yeah, Charles also asking what I think about React Native. React Native probably is a good thing, but I know nothing about that. Sami is saying that he thinks that I must come to Clubhouse. Actually, I was on Clubhouse on some discussions when Clubhouse was just started. That could be interesting to introduce somehow Clubhouse in live streams. Actually, that was Ralph. I heard that idea from Ralph. He was planning something about like that. But yeah, I do not see myself running any Clubhouse discussions, but I sometimes coming to some discussions just to listen, and sometimes I'm saying something in those as well. But yeah, it's a little bit Clubhouse feels a little bit messy. I like more audiobooks and podcasts, because you never know, you are coming in the room and sometimes there are some interesting things, sometimes there is boring or random stuff. Like that happens in YouTube streams as well. Yeah. Okay, what else do we have about questions? Oh, nice to hear. James was motivated by my content in last year of university. That's really nice. I really enjoy to see positive comments in YouTube, and basically that is big driver. Of course, it's nice to have some revenue from YouTube, but that positive feedback that really helps to keep going with that YouTube, because sometimes you do not feel recording and so on, but positive feedback really helps. Okay, few more questions and then we'll wrap up. Yeah, Sami is writing that he is trying very hard on Upwork but not getting projects. That's really hard and challenging. Let's do one more screen sharing. Let me check if I'm logged in my Upwork account. Upwork, and let me switch from. I am not working anymore on Upwork. I'm hiring already on Upwork for some smaller projects, designers, and so on. Here is my. Let me share. Can you see it? Is it big enough? Can you see that screen? Can I get some thumbs up if you see that? Anyways, there is delay in chat. Okay. Where's my profile? Here it is. So, I didn't spend quite a lot of time on Upwork, but little bit. I had 11 jobs and earned a bit more than 6K on the Upwork. But yeah, latest projects was 700, 400, 500,000 and so on dollars. That's okay, nice projects. But check out what I had on beginning. Beginning was very first was iOS mobile app testing, $10. Actually, that is not worth to spend any time to get $10, but you do those first projects on Upwork to get any projects in your portfolio. And next project again was something $200. Basically, I built simple 3-screen application, full application for $200. I charged $20 per hour, and in 10 hours I developed application. Again, next one, bug fix, $105. So why I'm showing that, and then already we have already $45 per hour, 25 hours, and 1,000 something in revenue. Why I'm sharing this? First projects always are kind of crappy on any online job platform, and you are doing that just to get positive feedback and get reputation and get those 5-star reviews. That's why you are doing those projects, and that is really hard to get those first projects. You are sending hundreds of proposals and then you get those. It's not easy. Yeah, Alexander is asking, I had problems with my 16-inch MacBook, and is everything okay now? Yes, everything is okay now, but mostly because I have M1 MacBook now. It is not 16-inch MacBook Pro. My 16-inch MacBook Pro died twice, and one time it was connected to this 49-inch monitor, and I had 4K monitor on top. Basically, that 16-inch MacBook had to drive 2 monitors, and that was a bit too much for that computer. There was constant overheating problems, and mainboard died twice, and as soon as M1 was released, I bought one, and currently I have connected this 49-inch screen. I'm live streaming. I can edit video in the background if it's needed, and this M1 MacBook is silent. Okay. Question: Swift or Swift UI is not relevant. You have to learn Swift, and Swift UI is just for interface building. Okay. Yeah, Pamels is saying that 200 in a month with 40k subscribers is decent amount. I don't know. That depends on niche. And if you are in finance or something like that, you can get better deals on advertisements, and Google will will provide better ads and more and better payments for those ads. And yeah, if you are in finances, and also that depends on auditory. For example, my auditory, there are quite a lot of guys from US, and that auditory is good for advertisement, but also there is quite a big part from guys from India, and India, sorry guys, but India is not good for ads, and therefore I have what I have. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy for those 14k subscribers. That's quite a lot, and I when I started YouTube, that 10k was I don't know, something really hard to reach, and I'm here about those 200s or few hundreds more. I do not care so much currently. Okay, so yeah, let's wrap up. Okay, I have a question for Burhan. I will always answer Burhan. Or Twitter Spaces will be interesting if you want to grow there. Yeah, probably. I am on Twitter. I am not very active on Twitter, and I'm growing slowly there. So, a question from Alex: what is easier in freelance, to work alone or work in a team? That's tricky question. I like to. The question is to work alone or to work in team with Android developers. That's a tricky question. That depends how good team you are, because as soon as you have team management problems and all of that stuff. I was working in my corporate job, I had a few project managers who were reporting to me, and software developer teams who were working on those projects. And human beings are always the biggest problem in any project. So if you are alone, then your only problem is your customer. If you are in the team with someone, so depends on your team. Okay, and yeah. Okay, last two questions and then let's wrap up. We are already a bit over our... Okay, last two questions. So Matt asking how to improve English. He have trouble presenting to clients with French accent and my bad English. Frankly, practice. That is one. Also, what I didn't do, but I probably would do if I would like to improve my English. I would hire a repetitor or teacher who just will sit and talk with me and try to fix my accent. Currently, I have only 2 friends who are trolling me in comments after each of my videos and pointing to my horrible pronunciation, and that's it. And yeah, and about clients, I don't know. With this our startup, we were on a pitch for investors, and investor from France was one woman with quite strong French accent, and I don't know, she didn't had a lot of problems with that, and everyone understood her. Maybe you are taking too hard that, but if you like to fix that, I think that some kind of repetitor or teacher could help with that. Okay, and very last one about Hackintosh question. How happy I am with Hackintosh, and is it working as expected? And did I switch it to the MacBook Pro? It is turned off right now, as you may see. Let's turn it on. So we have some lights in the background. I'm not using it anymore often. Very last problem that I had was video camera handling, and in M1 MacBook Pro, and I have adapter dongle to feed my mirrorless camera to the MacBook, and that didn't work with M1 MacBook Pro. Currently, after a few last updates, that is fixed and that works, and basically I have no need to use Hackintosh. That Hackintosh has 32 gigabytes of RAM, i9 processor, and RX 5600 XT GPU card, so quite powerful machine. But I did tests, side-by-side tests, and that M1 MacBook Pro is on about the same level. In few tasks, one is faster, in other tasks, another one is faster. So no big reason to use that Hackintosh, and that's always is easier if everything is in one machine. And currently in summer, I'm moving around quite a lot. To garden house, beach house. We spent week on the seaside. I'm planning to go to vacation in August, so I will work from laptop, so no big reason to switch between machines. I'm not using it. Am I happy with it? Yes, it works without any problems. I'm updating from the App Store, and I use it open core installation. It works without problems. Everything works. Everything that I have on MacBook, everything works on Hackintosh as well. AirDrop, Bluetooth, unlock with Apple Watch, all of that stuff, everything works. Absolutely no difference. But yeah, I just don't need that anymore. And why I built it because my 16-inch MacBook was in repair twice, and I had to have something to work on ongoing projects. That's why I built that we were a little bit longer, 10 minutes longer, but that's fine. It was nice to chat with you. I don't know, let me know in comments when this video will be published. Would you like to see more live streams like that? I consider to do those monthly, but we'll see. Okay, thank you for coming. See you on next one stream or on regular videos. I will post one more video in this week, so you will see me soon. Okay, thank you for coming. Bye.